Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the next video in my Disney trip series. So today I'm going to be talking about my third trip to Disney, which was in 2008, I believe, in January, February. This was kind of a interesting trip because we were kind of there twice, but I only counted it as once. So I'm going to be talking about the things that I remember from that trip and what kind of stuck out to me. This video is probably going to be a little bit shorter because it was a very short trip, but I've been to Disney World 9 times, so there's going to be a lot of videos. If you missed the first video, I will put a link up there, and then that also would have, well, I'll have a playlist that you can start at the beginning and keep going till you get back here. So this trip was in January, February of 2008. It was very convenient for us because we were going on a Carnival cruise from Cape Canaveral. It was actually a cruise hosted by Six Men? I can't remember what the company's called, but it was a celebrity cruise, so it was hosted by John Mayer. And if you ever saw the pictures of him in the Borat bathing suit, I was on that boat when that happened. But basically it was cheaper for us to fly into Orlando and rent a rental car and drive to Miami and do the same on the way back than it was to fly into Miami. So that's what we did, and we just happened to stop at Disney World. So it was my mom, my sister, myself, and a support worker with us, because my dad didn't want to go on a cruise with John Mayer. And so we kind of hit Disney for a day or two before the cruise, and then hit it for a day on the way back. So I believe we went to Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom. I don't remember if we went to Epcot. If I find pictures, I'll put those in. But we actually got comp tickets for one of the days because the support worker knew a cast member. Funny story, this trip, my mom had just bought a new camera for the cruise. She left it on the plane. She tried to get back through security and get back to the plane before it left. It was still on the plane. So one of the weird memories that I have of this trip is, when you come out of Splash Mountain and there's the restrooms there, I remember her standing on the payphone there talking to the insurance company, getting money back for the lost camera because her credit card is awesome, and we ended up getting a new camera when we were driving to Miami, and it was good. But yeah, that's one of the random memories that I have. It was, I think, the first time that I've ever been to Disney World in January. I remember wearing jeans and being what? Florida? Jeans in Florida? But it was a very short trip. I don't even remember where we ate. I don't remember. But I remember going, and then we went to the Pirate and Princess party. So we were at Magic Kingdom, and for the parties, they close the park at 7 o'clock or whatever. This party doesn't exist anymore, but it would be the same as the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party or Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party. And nobody would give us food. Nobody would serve us because we weren't a part of the party, and we needed food. And so my mom went to City Hall and complained, and actually ended up crying, and we got, as a resolution, we got, I think, a voucher for a meal or something, and then we also got admission to the Pirate and Princess party. And I remember me and the support worker's name, who's Sakura, going on Space Mountain 4 times in a row, and her screaming so loud that she lost her voice. It was really funny that it was as you go over the bump, she'd be like, ah, ah, ah. That was really funny. And meanwhile, my sister and my mom are in the shop, and I had something that they needed to pay with, the hotel key or something. And her being like, where were you? And we were like, sorry, there was no line. We went on it 4 times in a row. That trip we stayed at Pop Century, and it was actually our first experience using an accessible hotel room. We never like thought we needed it, and I don't remember how we got it, if they just like ended up, were like, oh, put us in it, and then we had an adjoining room. So my sister and the support worker were in one room, and my mom and I were in another room. But like that kind of like changed the game for us, and now that's what we use all the time. We stayed at Pop Century, and those rooms also happened to be like in the preferred room section. So if you're ever staying at a value, because it is the cheapest level, I would suggest if you have like small kids or don't want to walk all the way back to your room at the end of a long day in the parks, I would suggest paying a little bit more for a preferred room. So it just means that it's closer to the main buildings, which at the value is where you get all the food, where you get all the buses, everything like that, because I think it makes a big difference, especially like at the end of a long day. So that was our first experience with that, and we were like, this is bomb. So I remember we were in, there was like Lady and the Tramp were across, like the big statues were like across the way from each other. That was the first time we'd ever stayed at Pop Century, and we really liked it. I feel like in terms of a value, it's in one of the best locations. Now Art of Animation would be the same because it's like right there. But just in terms of proximity to like Epcot and Hollywood Studios, I think it's worth it. Because like Magic Kingdom's up here, the All-Stars are all the way down here, and everything else is kind of in the middle. So like when you're staying at the All-Star resorts, which I did on my first trip, like getting all the way up there takes a little while. Whereas if you're more central, like it's a bit easier. But we stayed there, we really liked it, and I got my Mickey waffles with strawberries. So good. But yeah, we stayed at Pop Century, and the preferred location was awesome, and the accessible hotel rooms were perfect. I remember meeting Woody and Jessie in Frontierland. We didn't do much of the like entertainment stuff at the Pirate and Princess Party. We pretty much rode rides, and that was it. I feel like this might have been the first trip that I rode Rock and Roller Coaster with my sister. So she loves thrill rides. Like, she actually loves to go fast, and it was the first upside down roller coaster I'd ever been with her on, and I remember sitting beside her and having like my arm and my leg over, like trying to make sure that she wasn't gonna fall out, which like she can't fall out with the chest harness, but like me being terrified and her laughing because I was so scared, going, Alex, are you okay? Yeah, that was fun. What else did we do that trip? I feel like we probably saw Fantasmic because I love it, and Wishes. I miss Wishes, guys. I mean, I haven't seen Happily Ever After, but just the fact that it's not there anymore, I miss it. Trying to think of what else. We took the Magical Express. What else? I remember I don't think we went to Epcot. I think we just went to Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios because we would have only been in the parks for like 2 days. Probably doing like Star Tours. Probably the High School Musical stage thing would have been still there that Alex loved. Yeah. I think that, wow, this video is quite a bit shorter. But I think that's all. So if there's anything else, I'll throw some more pictures in, and maybe put like some text or like a screen that just says any additional stories. But yeah, that was my 3rd trip to Walt Disney World. So if you have been to Disney World 3 times, or any amount of times, let me know in the comments what you remember from those trips, because I'd love to hear about it. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like these, plus other ones that I post to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.